I'm going to start today's video with a trip out to Walmart and do some shopping, and along the way I come across this accident scene and I got two vehicles involved, and just by the positions that they're in and the damage to the vehicles I can pretty much see what's going on. As first vehicle got damage to the left front and the other one to the right front, and just going by that and the position that they're sitting in, I'm guessing somebody turned left into oncoming traffic, or more likely there's two lanes of traffic here. Somebody in the inside lane probably stopped to let them turn, and as they were turning into the parking lot, somebody come down the outside lane, didn't see each other, and boom. So there's nothing special about this or anything, but I'm showing this because on my way home I see a wrecker go by with one of these vehicles on it, and is it falling off the truck, or is it supposed to be like that? It seems to me the vehicle's just got front end damage on it, but dragging it in this street, there's some pretty bumpy spots in it, so it's going to be doing some damage to the undercarriage of this vehicle. I'm not exactly sure if that was intentional or not, but it's kind of interesting to me. I'm going to explain now why our landlord angered us so much. About this time, we had discovered that he'd lied to us. The real reason he was evicting us was for non-payment of rent, and not because new laws state people have to leave before a house can be sold, like he told us. And that non-payment of rent was half a month's rent that was owing, and I've already explained about that being an agreed debt with him, but now he's using it against us. So we only found out because we needed proof why we had to leave in order to get financial assistance, and assuming it was because he was selling the house, not looking at the form, and that's when we noticed it said that non-payment of rent was the reason. So apparently he drove by the house today because he called and he said he noticed the truck was still in the backyard when he went by, and he went on to say if it made its way in, it's got to make its way out. And that one phone call is what finally pushed us over the edge and kind of caused us to lose our respect for him. So I'm on my way home from another shopping trip, and I meet up with Cody. He was waiting for me in the driveway, and at this point I'm fuming.
So pissed off right now.
Why? YouTube? Why?
Well, I had to pay for this month's rent. He called and asked about it, and we weren't sure if we had a place yet. We paid it. So this would have been our last month's rent. She owed him $480 back rent. That's why she was behind.
Yep.
So he had 400 something that should come back to us. So she called about it. So I see your son's truck still in the backyard. My response to that would have been, well, of course it is. We haven't left yet.
Yeah.
But he's saying all this and that. He says, can't leave anything there. Anything that made its way in has to make its way out. So I said, well, you know what? That's incentive to leave. Yeah. What's he going to do?
I'm not going to play the rest that I said, but it's kind of interesting. I got really upset, and I love how Cody just kind of changed the subject and started showing me his new watch. They calmed me down. But while he's showing me, it's kind of interesting. Guess who shows up? My landlord.
You can zoom in and everything. Here's there right now.
Yeah, he's expecting himself money off.
Oh, what, 400?
Didn't
I'll stay here.
to him.
I'll stay here. But text message there a little bit small.
That's what I mean. That's what I would do. Functionality of it.
Two hillbillies wrecking up today.
Show him my new watch.
Oh, you got it. Okay. One of them smart watches or whatever?
Yeah.
That would be no good for me. I could not read that.
Oh, I want nothing to do with them either. I used to wear a watch all the time. I haven't in the last 20 years, but I used to all the time.
Well, the problem I had now with my eyes being so bad, I need something with really large.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But the problem with that is they end up being huge freaking watches.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
Good. You guys are surviving this funny weather?
oh. At least it's not as cold as it was.
No, it's supposed to rain, I think, this weekend.
Yeah.
Just make everything a mess again.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So we got a dump run coming, I should say, for this weekend.
Yeah. No,
So everything's kind of piled inside the door, so be careful when you walk in, not to trip over anything.
No, I
Yeah,
just
everywhere to put
I
it.
just asked Michelle about that. I seen the truck when I drove by here a while ago. Just
Yeah, it's
said
annoying.
I know it took 20 years for everything to accumulate here,
Yeah.
but it's got to go because I don't have a truck either.
Well,
anyway,
the truck and the car are both going at the same time.
Yeah. Okay.
The car's totaled.
Right.
We don't have a vehicle now. It kind of sucks.
That's no good. Yeah.
Yeah. It's probably fixable, but
All new
it wouldn't be
bumpers, all
worth
new
it.
fenders,
Yeah.
a new windshield washer.
Yeah.
We don't know what kind of damage underneath here.
Yeah. If something's twisted, then
Yeah.
we're in trouble with that. Yeah. No, fair enough.
That
Try to get-
taxi's not working anymore, so I might as well just get some money for him, get him out of here,
Yeah.
get the money.
Yeah, it's still
moving,
good.
so.
Yeah.
I'll try to get them towed this week.
I got a question for you. Have you ever rented a U-Haul?
I have. It's been a long time.
Okay. Do you know, well, I guess it depends on the vehicle, but
Depends how many feet you're getting. Like 16
Yeah,
foot
well,
box, 18 point.
Michelle's trying to work out a 26 footer. I'm not
Yeah.
too keen on driving something that big. But my issue is, I don't have a credit card right now with enough space to reserve. Like when I rent a car here in town at Budget, they reserve $1,000.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd have to call and find out, but I just.
Yeah, I honestly I don't know. It's been so long. There's the guy out just this side of town.
I was trying to walk it.
No, he's going straight on the way to Elmwood. That stuff.
Oh,
too.
Hanover Mini Storage.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. We're
That'd be even closer.
where Laverne's auction used to be, or whatever. or whatever it's
10-4
called now.
junction.
Yeah.
Towards the Shell.
Yeah, I know where it is. I
Just
just
head out
didn't
that
realize
way.
there was one there.
Again, he doesn't do it here in town. And Evan was doing it for a while. So
Evan does budget trucks.
the only guy who has the old truck shop in Taiwan and past the golf course.
Allen Park.
U-Haul's better because there's a U-Haul place in Wingham. Right there, unload and drop it off there. That's the advantage of it.
Well, I'm freezing. I'm gonna
Yeah, I'm
keep
getting
going.
cold too. Worst comes to worst, go to Home Depot and tell them you want to borrow the van, buy something worth $20. Use the van all day.
Can you do that?
I don't know, but it's worth a try if you can't get nothing else, right? So, yeah. But, yeah, it's been a long time. Last time I moved, well, it's been 15 years, and I used the work truck. Like we had a 7-foot cube van, so I used that. You coming in too? What?
Yeah. Wait a second.
Carry off there.
Okay.
Don't want you dropping everything.
I
Okay,
can't pick that up. Oh my gosh. I went out to get milk and I forgot to pick
You got your coffee though?
So the reason I showed this is you can see how pleasant he is. He's a nice guy to talk to, and this is the person that I've known all these years. You know, he's a great guy. He's done so much for us. He's been so nice. He's got such a great heart. And other people have, told me that, he's really not all that great. You've only seen the good side of him or whatever. But, well, maybe, I don't know. This is what I've seen. He's been great to us. He's been an awesome landlord, the best landlord I've ever had. And that's why this came as such a shock to us. If it was because of me that, if he kicks me out, everybody else has to leave too because they can't afford to rent on their own, and maybe that's why he's doing it this way. Just trying to spare my feelings or whatever. I understand that. Looking back on it now, that's a possibility, and if it is, then I thank him for that. But we would have understood, because I kind of have a feeling that's what it was anyways. I get that, I would have accepted that. But just the way he went about it, it angered us. So, just telling us that he didn't know that I was living there, and I don't believe that for a second, because he was told when I first moved in, and it was given to him in writing, and I'm always here, when he shows up. It's just, there's no way he didn't know. So everything that's just kind of taken place, it just really, really angered us. So, But anyways, it's water under the bridge now, I guess. So I'm not gonna talk any more about it. I just kind of move on, getting things organized and preparing to move. And at some point when I was working on all the junk in the basement, something just suddenly caught my attention, and I kind of freaked out a bit because I thought this was a snakeskin in our basement. And it turns out this is packing tape off of a box that was destroyed by all the moisture down there, and just the way that it's formed, it looks like a snakeskin. So that kind of freaked me out for a moment until I picked it up and examined it and realized what it actually was. So it's just so much. We need more boxes. I gotta make another run out to Walmart to grab some more, and I'm not sure what shopping choices we have in Wingham, so I'm kind of making a lot of trips to Dollarama and Walmart, buying stuff I know I can only get there. And in this case here, I'm getting stacking boxes. I can't think of what they're actually called, but they hold file folders. And I have smaller boxes. They're like the size of regular sheet of paper, 8.5 by 11, and they're just too small. I have quite a few of them, but some of them are in the basement, so they're now destroyed by the moisture down there. And these ones are pretty big. They'll actually hold 2 of those little boxes. And they're a little bit stronger. They're double-sided, as opposed to the old ones that are only singles, and they fall apart if you put any too much weight in them or whatever. So these ones, even the bottoms are doubled up, so the more weight you put on it, the tighter it actually holds. Actually, it's kind of cool the way they're set up. So grabbing a bunch of those, I make several trips, and when I get to the new place, it'll make it a lot easier. Just kind of stack everything up. All the boxes are the same size. It makes a big difference. So that's where a lot of my money is going to at present. Just kind of preparing for the unknown, I guess you could say. And now for a quick look at the forecast.
A little bit of skating down under the Bentway, under the Gardner Expressway in Toronto. Good place to skate. You may actually may be able to skate on your way to work if you live in southern Ontario on Monday. Freezing rain is in the forecast. All 3 computer models agree pretty much within 100 kilometers where this system will lie Monday and Tuesday for Ontario and Quebec. But this is the perfect recipe for freezing rain. High pressure circulates cold air in with easterly winds. So let's get right to Monday morning and the commute. The areas in pink is where you'll likely see freezing drizzle, freezing rain, and ice pellets by the mid-latter part of the day. This spreads all the way to Ottawa and Montreal. So the areas in pink is freezing rain and freezing drizzle from Monday into Tuesday. The areas in green, that's all going to be rain showers ultimately, and then north of that, an accumulating snow. Learn more on the Weather Network on television.
And the final segment in this video, I'm going to make another 3 a.m. trip out to Walmart to grab another load of boxes for moving.
tried to bring in.
Yeah, they're popping out so easy.
Or it's kind of bent there a bit.
Yeah. There you go, sir.
Oh, that's more than I need. Thank you.
No problem.
Well, as you can see, ES950 is doing its stop and go thing again. So I have noticed in the past that once I start going, if I stay in low speed, then it tends to not happen. And as soon as I start going faster or turn the lights on, then it shuts down again. So at this point, I'm just kind of take it nice and slow. Just go as far as I can before I feel like, getting into an area where I think I need to have lights on. That at least I have my strip lights on the front. They're directly from the battery, so it doesn't matter. Because the problem is, as soon as I turn the scooter off, all my other lights shut off. And that was one of the issues I had before I had the strip lights. Because if it shut off in the middle of an intersection, or it stopped in the middle of an intersection, I'd have to turn the scooter off, and wait for a few seconds, turn it back on. The whole time I don't have any lights on, and it's not a safe situation to be in. So I'm getting a little bit frustrated now, because I really need to do these battery plugs, fix them properly. So at least, until I get a chance to replace them completely, if they ever get to that point. But there's so much work that needs to be done. I'm just so busy. I just don't have time to do anything. But I'm depending on this scooter right now. I got so much I need to do, so much shopping to do, that I have to do something about this.